But yeah, I try to like my what I wear on stage is like I try to go crazy with it.
Yeah.
So like that's what something that I would like to see more bands doing
Right.
because like the basic look is cool. You know, it's like if it's your thing, it's your thing. I would just love to see more flamboyancy, I
You have to
guess.
be, I think. You know,
Yeah,
you
it
are the
stands you
act.
out.
You're the act, you know.
Yeah.
Not to compare anybody to a jester, but
I feel it though. I feel you.
but no, not but in any. This is just something I was thinking about recently. Was like arts, like be it rap, be it rock and roll, be it a magician. You know, it takes back to the monarchy days when or patriarchy days when the king would have a jester come perform. You know, nowadays we go to a concert to watch somebody put on a show for us. It's like you have to step outside of your zone and be a
Yes.
not a jester, but be an act. Yeah,
Yes.
like you're saying, you can't show up
100%.
and look like the people that are watching you.
Yeah,
You
yes.
know,
Or looking like the rest of the bands, because how do you stand out?
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
welcome guys to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Today's new wave, caving in.
How's it going, man? So,
Who am I with today?
I'm Austin. I play guitar.
Sorry, I should have mentioned the microphones are really they lack sensitivity, so you should always have them like at the end of the desk, and then yeah, it's okay. Whoever's talking, just make sure. And yeah, you can slide them in front. So sorry.
I got you.
One more time, Austin.
All right. I'm Austin Rogers, and I play guitar.
I'm Tyler Wilson, and I do the singing.
Yes, sir. So it's as you mentioned, Austin. It's interesting to have a metal band on a podcast. Just the kind of concept of it, you're like, I can't believe we're gonna have podcast clips.
Oh yeah,
Do you think that metal gets a negative stereotype?
definitely gets a really bad stereotype. Oh, just pulled it
Yeah.
over. My bad.
It's okay.
I just feel like people that judge it are often just looking in from the outside. They're not giving people a chance because like they'll be like, oh, all metal people are just real jerks,
Yeah.
or believe other kinds of really goofy stereotypes. But no, like some of the sweetest people I know, they're like people that have like battle jacks and everything. They're all tattooed and stuff. I mean, you don't have to live that lifestyle, but just you ain't got to judge people for that.
It's interesting because, like you said, from the outside looking in, it's like the concerts are, really grunge and rugged, and people are doing these obscure dance moves, and but it is a form of expression,
Very right.
and like you said, it's like some of the nicer people that you'll meet are like from or enjoy that style of music. What is metal? Like, why is it called metal?
You kind of got me on that one. I'm not exactly sure why is it called metal.
And why is it called heavy metal? It's like,
Oh man.
is there a light metal?
Uh,
I want to say like the Beatles were really. Can you hear me right
Yes.
here? All right. I want to say that just spitballing. I think it was the Beatles that was really the heaviest thing at the time, and then Black Sabbath was a band that came along, and that was really where the metal came into play, and that's like the where we kind of point to is like the pioneers of
Okay.
what metal is today. And I've seen a video before about their guitarist. Is his name Tommy?
Tony Iommi.
Tony. That's
I could be. I know it's Tony. I'm just not sure if I'm getting his last name right.
that. Apparently, he lived in or he worked at a factory
Mhm.
doing something with metal or something like that, and his finger got cut off, so he had to kind of get that
Gotcha.
worked with and everything, and then he tuned his guitars lower because
Gotcha.
that's when the guitar strings are a lot looser to play,
Right.
easier to play, and I think that's where it came from, that they have that low tuning,
Okay, gotcha.
kind of like a lot heavier sound than rock is or was back then with the Beatles and everything.
So when you lower the tune of a guitar, you take some of the pressure off the strings.
Yeah.
Does heavy metal involve like a stronger push on the strings? Is like a heavier touch or?
So I mean, it doesn't matter what tuning you're in. I've seen a lot of most heavy metal bands, like influential ones like Metallica and stuff. They all play in standard. It's ultimately just like what they gets that sound that they want. I feel like with especially like thrash and stuff like that, you have a lot of like fast down picking and like fast moving of the chords. So there's definitely a lot more pressure on that.
And you can make a difference with how you strum if you're really like hitting it.
I saw in one of the videos you guys posted. It's like you're kind of tapping with your fingers and strumming on this side, and that seemed like something I hadn't seen before on a guitar. Is that common of heavy metal, where you kind of tapping with the higher hand and?
Yeah, very common. Yeah.
It's tuned in a way to where you don't have to hold the chords in a certain fashion. Like in standard tuning, you kind of play the chords like this, but then when you drop it in the drop tuning, because we play in drop G sharp.
Yeah, drop G sharp.
And then you just play the chord on the lower strings just like as a bar.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier to play kind of faster and like chuggy or like dun 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 dun
Gotcha.
kind of style.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't let the dogs out. The City of Mobile Animal Shelter has many loving pets ready for a nice home. Whether you're looking for a dog like Snoop or a cat like Doja, the City of Mobile Animal Shelter is where you can find your next friendly companion. They're located at 855 Owen Street, and you can stop by anytime between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We all need a little bow wow in our lives. Call 251-208-2800 because the City of Mobile Animal Shelter has you covered. That's 251-208-2800. Roof. Music feeds the soul, but food feeds the future. Right here on the Gulf Coast, thousands of families don't know where their next meal is coming from. Feeding the Gulf Coast is changing that tune one meal at a time. Imagine this. For every $1, you can provide up to 5 meals. That's like turning a quiet solo into a full-blown jam session of hope for someone in need. Let's turn the volume up on kindness and down on hunger. Visit feedingthegulfcoast.org to donate today, because together we can make sure no one goes hungry on or off the stage. Feeding the Gulf Coast, because every community deserves an encore. Gotcha. What got you guys into heavy metal?
So for me, I'd have to say it was.
Sorry again.
Oh, let's not use this.
ASMR.
Oh God.
Heavy metal ASMR.
Yeah, there we go. I'd watch that. For me, I think it was just growing up with my mom in the car. She'd always be like switching stations, and I think it was something by Breaking Benjamin that came on. I can't remember what song, but later on, when I was hanging out with my stepbrother Blake, I just saw him playing Guitar Hero, and I just never heard this type of music before. I'm like, what is that? That's where I heard like Motley Crue, Metallica, especially like Guitar Hero Rock the 80s, Skid Row. It was just kind of a downhill from there.
Yeah. Is it something that like you kind of like you just have to be keen to? It's in art. It's like it seems like there are some things that everybody enjoys and that is keen to, and then there are some things that like few people enjoy, and then you kind of have like the cult references. But like it's not just referring to heavy metal. You've got in like hip hop, like mumble rap, or I guess there's versions of every type of genre that has like its subcultures. Sorry to cut you off from when you started, but that was just. Do you guys relate to that at all? That you kind of like picked it up at some point? You're like, man, I've got like an odd drawing to this. Not odd, but
I would say there's different aspects to it because the genre is pretty vast. Like there's different sounds. There's some like new metal bands that'll form like a hip hop sounds with some metal sounds, and then there's like what they call progressive metal, where it's like, I guess like the band Rush like went into complete heavy drop tunings and just crazy timing and everything. So some of the genres, it's more of a thing like acquired taste, like you grow into it sometimes it's just off rip, you love it, right? I feel like for me.
That's definitely how it was for like a lot of the heavier like stuff like hardcore or like metalcore stuff. But for me, I don't know, bands like Guns N' Roses or Judas Priest or Black Sabbath, mainly Metallica, that stuff just kind of got to me instantly because like I was used to hearing like country,
Yeah.
going on trips with my dad. Once I hear, this fast paced, down pick, awesome shredding stuff from like James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett, it was just different. Just kind of
Eye opening.
yeah, just awakened something in me. It's just
For sure.
ever since.
No, that definitely makes sense, man. The song "Into the Night," which maybe we should we wait until the other guy comes?
Yeah, maybe he should be pulling up hopefully any minute.
Okay, cool. I'll postpone that question. But yeah, just it's kind of like the MMA of music. Like people, I guess kids growing up will see like football and baseball, and then you got some guys that just know that they're good at MMA and just pursue MMA, and it's also just got that kind of where like you find out later that the MMA guys are really nice, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you think that the styles from grunge music and metal music, like just in like the crowd reactions, the kind of the vibe, how do you describe the vibe?
The vibe of metal music as a genre.
Right, like at a typical venue concert, how would you describe that?
Anti-establishment and grungy. Is what I would say.
Anti-establishment. Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah.
I'd say going back to a question earlier when we were talking about how it's kind of misunderstood. I feel like a lot of these people come from like even marginalized backgrounds. There's
Right.
people that are from the LGBTQ community,
Right.
POC community members that come together and they realize like a lot of the issues that they face are really just class struggles. And it's not anything to do with someone being gay or
Right.
whatever the case may be. So that's a really unifying principle in the culture of it. And then like through hardcore punk you were mentioning earlier, the lyrics are really anti-establishment, like just against corporatism and for community. It's pretty much like what I mean by anti-establishment.
That's a great answer, man.
Yeah, it's not really about just tearing things down just to do it because
Right.
you're scary and bad and stuff, but it's more of a looking at systemic issues and wanting to come together about those issues and be loud about it pretty much.
That's awesome. That was a great answer. And how does emo relate to metal? Like, how would you describe emo?
I don't have the.
It's a really niche like subgenre, but you might know more. I don't know.
I'd say emo just comes from more like expressing yourself more emotionally because like I feel like, and I could be wrong here. This is just my interpretation of it. It's just a lot of metal you expect it to be about just I don't know, just like niche stuff like I don't know like religion and politics and stuff like that. But emo really just gets down to like yourself, and I feel like that was kind of like down upon in like earlier metal and rock genre stuff.
Yeah, and also, so, I don't know how loud to talk and everything.
No, yeah, no,
but,
that was good. That was good.
I lost my train of thought.
Emo. Elmo.
I do think it is like a subgenre of the hardcore punk at first.
Yeah.
And I think it was when it was kind of like more screechy screams going
Gotcha.
on, and then it just developed into more, I guess, adding kind of pop elements and choruses and high pitched singing. I feel like that's really where the roots come from, and it just been developing since then.
Gotcha. So emo's kind of the energetic version of it, do you think?
Yeah, energetic, like
And emotional.
Yeah, energetic and
Personal.
Emotional. Yeah.
Emotional. Gotcha. How do you come up with lyrics for a metal song?
You're Mr. Lyricist, so I'll let you do
So for Into the Night that we'll get into later, it was more of I just punch in. I don't.
That's a funny way to describe.
Well, I listen to mostly like rap music, R&B, and
Really?
pop stuff. So yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. This is groundbreaking.
Some of the songs I'll sit down, like we've sat down before and kind of like really thought it out because we didn't want to just throw anything on it. But a lot of the times I kind of like going with the intuition side of it and kind of just punching in what sounds best and then seeing if it does make sense or comes together.
Gotcha.
In general, sometimes I'll change it up, but it's I feel like I have ADHD undiagnosed, so
Same.
I just do whatever.
Deadass.
Do whatever. So
Yeah. That's funny, dude. The punching in on a metal song.
yeah.
And it's also interesting because the beat kind of drowns out the vocals. Do you think? Like in a metal song compared to like rap, it's like the lyrics are kind of forefront. In a metal song, it's kind of embedded behind the mixture concoction of animated instrumentals.
Yeah, because it's hard to like mix everything in metal because there's
Right.
just a wall of guitars. Like that in itself in mixing
Gotcha.
is hard to really make vocals like a forefront. You can, but then you'll maybe drown out the bass guitar or the drums
Gotcha.
or something like that. But I kind of do like I do the mixing on our songs too. And I kind of like the aspect of not being at the forefront, like where I'm kind of like centering myself in the
Right.
band, but kind of I like to tuck it between the cymbals and the snare drum, if that makes sense.
Okay.
In the song.
Okay. Put it to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Let's see. When did you guys like first get into practicing heavy metal?
Like whenever we first like picked up a guitar, first started going at it.
Right.
I think for me it was, I think middle school. I'm gonna grab this.
Thank
I keep
you.
forgetting that. My God. But it was whenever I discovered Avenged Sevenfold. That's what really motivated me to start getting into guitar more because I'd never picked up guitar really before. I mean, every kid did recorder stuff in school. They can play hot cross buttons, but no, then it was like, okay, I really want to start doing this. That's when I discovered drop D tuning. Learned how to play Beast and the Harlot by Avenged Sevenfold.
What is drop D tuning?
I think it's like it's where the E is tuned like half a step down from standard tuning.
Yeah, so you take the top string on the guitar and you
Yeah.
tune it down. There's the
Okay,
top
gotcha.
string and the third string is the same note, but it's a lower octave on the top string. So it makes that open chord like I was talking about.
Right.
That you can just kind of like do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
like the first drop tuning you can do from standard tuning.
Gotcha.
And I think that's like what 99% of like metalheads and rock people like discover. Like we've all had those moments where like we tuned a drop D for the first time, we think we're writing the heaviest stuff in the world.
Is it just embodies that sound?
Yeah, because like a lot of classics like Avenged Sevenfold, what else can you name? Lamb of God, and a bunch of other stuff. That
Maybe like Alisana.
yeah, Alisana,
There's drop D. Trying to think. Bullet for My Valentine.
Trivium.
I'm blanking. Who uses drop D?
Yeah, drop D is like just to, to put it frankly, drop D is what a lot of like it's a very common tuning
Yeah.
in metal and rock music, some that you'll recognize immediately, and like hey, a lot of my favorite songs are in this tuning. So
There's even a Hank Williams Jr. song in drop D on acoustic guitar, so it's not really only metal that uses it, but
Yeah.
it's mainly associated.
That's funny. Hey fighters, listen up. Are you tired of feeling like your conditioning holds you back in competition? It's time to bridge the gap between theory and real performance. At Dexter's Fitness Center, we're launching a combat sports strength and conditioning program designed for boxers, kickboxers, MMA fighters, and combat athletes who want to get faster, stronger, and more flexible while building the endurance to go the distance. No more outdated workouts, no more burnout. This program is built to enhance your skill work, prevent injuries, and maximize your potential without wasting your time or overwhelming your body. Training starts August 12th at Dexter's Fitness Center, 1900 Government Street, Mobile, Alabama. Sessions are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. If you're ready to step into every fight confident, prepared, and in peak condition, call 251-709-2654 or email contact@dextersfitnesscenter.com today. Let's build the fighter you're meant to be. Woo! Mobile, y'all ready? Saturday, August 23rd, downtown Mobile is about to be on 1000. It's a dope-ass show 11. The coast's favorite dynamic duo, Beeman and Timo G, are back to shut it down, featuring the heat from the Panhandle Pirates, Young HD, and Jay Haynes. Plus, we're bringing you Got Bars, where the illest artists step up, spit their best, and battle it out for a crazy prize package and a slot at our next show. Who's hungry? Shop with dope vendors, vibe to live music from the incredible Simone French, and come catch a whole vibe with the city. Downtown Mobile, 4 North Cedar Street, Saturday, August 23rd. Show up early and stay late. Woo! Dalton, when did you join the band? And then also, if you can move the mic.
When did I join the band? It was like at the beginning of last year, right?
Yeah. About February of last year is when you joined, because I had met you at our first show, because it was just a 3-piece at the time, and we'd gotten a show off and we kind of accepted it before having like a bassist, so we just said, hey, we'll just have another guitar player just for extra heaviness live, and we went with our mutual friend Corey, who they used to be in a band with. I can let them talk about that later. And
Corey's the homie, dude.
oh yeah, shout out to Corey. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, we just met him through there at the show, and it was history in the making.
Is it tough to maintain a band, and then is it easier or tougher to maintain a metal band, and why?
I guess I feel like bands versus metal bands in general, I feel like it's generally about the same.
Gotcha.
It's mostly just kind of making sure your equipment is as updated as you need it to be.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of music you put out. Like, clearly we try to make something a bit more professional-ish sounding.
Absolutely.
So we try to make do with what we got, and
Right.
if we can upgrade wherever we can, we upgrade that.
Yeah.
But
Do you guys? Sorry, you answer that question.
I was gonna add on to what Dalton was saying, is that we run it pretty much like a democracy. Everything gets a vote.
Yeah.
No matter how long it takes, it has to be like, if half of us vote for something and half of us don't vote for something,
Right.
we don't do it.
Well, like you said, I
coin flip.
yeah, I thought it was interesting the way you kind of pointed out the metal kind of derives from a anti-class society, a classless society, and the democracy of it, definitely fits in well with that idea.
Yeah. Just like where Dalton's not taking over everything and like, oh, we're only doing
Adult
this
dictatorship would go hard though.
maybe. He does got some style though.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it like in the writing process then? Is it just you because you're singing the vocals, or?
Are we allowed to curse on here? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We're in a church and everything.
Okay.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, so.
So a while back, Jameson, before I joined the band, he told me he claimed that he was the demo bitch, and then at some point I became the demo bitch.
And what is the demo bit?
So I just come up with riffs, and like I don't know, I just love writing music, and so when the inspiration hits, I get to cooking it up,
Gotcha.
And so if I can lay it down, I'll lay it down. If I end up having a song by the end of the day, I have a song by the end of the day, and then I present it to these guys. And if they like it, we roll with it. If they want to change stuff, we change whatever we need to.
Yeah.
There's been several riffs that Austin has brought into the equation, and I just kind of like added a little more flavor to it.
Yeah. The
Make
metal
it-
divas.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we did a little bit of that.
It's interesting for me because, like, if I'm sitting down with, Reaper open, my digital audio workstation, like, it's never like I can like come up with something if I actually sit down to do it. I always come up with like my best stuff that have contributed to the band when I'm just like noodling around at practice. I'll just be like,
That is true.
and I'll just be like, ooh, what was that? And like, oh, let me try and remember it. If I actually like sit down, I'll come up with, I don't know, maybe a decent pre-chorus. But other than that, that's just anything that I've contributed to the band with like the new stuff or the old stuff, all just while I'm noodling around. And I hate it, but love it at the same time. It's whatever works.
For sure. That definitely makes sense. Kind of when you're in that flow state of anything, when you're not paying too much attention is when you really get your true personality into it.
So
Yep.
true, dude.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. What do you guys think is necessary for metal to be more popularized, if it needs to be? I mean, part of the genre seems to be that it's low key, but what do you guys think?
Something I've noticed has just been
Sorry, even closer.
get a little closer. Okay, got you. Something I've noticed is like a lot of metal bands have gotten a lot more popular through the use of like catchy riffs,
Right.
catchy vocals. I mean, like Lorna Shore is an example of a deathcore band that got really popular
Right.
and no clean singing at all.
Yeah.
But as you can see, like with like a lot of more popularized bands right now, they incorporate a lot more singing rather than just screaming the whole time.
Right.
And I personally feel like that clean singing and the catchy hooks just making as
Like
making
Into the
as
Night.
catchy- Yeah, exactly, like Into the
Yeah.
Night. You do a good combination of clean singing and screaming, and the next thing you know, you got people who don't usually listen to metal
Right.
listening to metal.
No, for real.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part about it. It's just getting those people who are just so stuck on pop music to
Right.
show them like metal has so much more
Right.
to offer than just like Metallica,
Right.
traditional thrashy metal type stuff.
How do you?
Deathcore.
Yeah. How do you think that those guys like felt inclined to kind of like yell into the mic and be so different? You know, like
Get that anger out, man. Get that anger out, dude. That is the only way to do it.
That-
Just start screaming until it hurts.
they went to Wendy's a couple too many times. And
yeah, man.
finally had enough. Yeah.
Going to McDonald's and
Yeah.
their
4-for-4
flurry machine
sharp
is
minor.
down every time.
Yeah.
Gotta let it out, man.
Arby's, we have meats.
Oh my God, yes,
Ooh,
dude. Yeah.
That'd be a good like breakdown, right?
Yeah.
Breakdown.
Yeah, dude, because it's, you know, in any art, it's like you have to be yourself. But I think in metal, especially, you really have to be yourself.
And I would add on like for metal to get more like of a popular sense, even if certain bands don't want that, that's on like how their creative process goes. I feel like if a band wants to kind of get to where Dalton was talking about the catchiness and everything, that it's important for all the band members not to only listen to rock and metal. Listen
Gotcha.
to
Yes.
rap music. Young Thug is great. Clairo's
Yes.
great.
Young Thug. How does Young Thug inspire heavy metal?
Inspires me for melodies, and I do
Melodies.
like auto tune stuff sometimes, like where I crank it up for the effect of it.
What's your favorite Young Thug song?
Oh man, threw me off guard. So my alarm clock is check, but I have
That's
other.
funny.
Breadwinners is one of my favorites.
Harambe?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Run it, back it up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fun. I've never heard that meme before related to that, but that's funny. That's funny. Where do you guys see heavy metal in the next few years?
I like you just slide it to me. They're gonna hate me for it because they're not fans of Sleep Token.
I love Sleep.
Do
They
you?
like Sleep
I
Token.
never hear any hype from you in the chat. It's always this man and Jameson throwing all the shade on Sleep Token, but they already built. They were #1 on the top Billboard.
Stay woke.
Stay woke. But man, like that's what I'm saying is like, if we can see more bands doing kind of like the route Sleep Token is going, like we can see a lot of metal bands get.
And elaborate on that.
Oh man, they just. Some people think that they do what's already been done, and they think it's boring. I disagree. I think that the way that they go about doing like the combination of beats, the R&B style vocals, the melodies, like Vessel, the vocalist of Sleep Token, I feel like he is like the king of melodies personally. They're easily my favorite band.
Gotcha.
But that man, he does all sorts of vocal runs that go nuts, and I think that goes crazy in metal.
Yeah.
Like just incorporating R&B into metal
Right.
is already a step in the right direction,
Right.
in my opinion.
Yeah, please speak on it.
I feel like also like a lot of other like heavier genres can like kind of piggyback off of like not piggyback in a bad way obviously, but piggyback off of like, you know, these more poppy sounding metal bands becoming popular because like they can be a gateway for them to get into more heavy material. Like, okay, this isn't, you know, like the stuff that I thought it was, because like I remember seeing this news anchor. They were like, her and her other colleagues are being interviewed about like what kind of music. Like they were saying like, oh, I like country or Taylor Swift, and he's like, oh no, I love I Prevail. You know, like I don't know if you know who I Prevail.
Still on business.
Oh yeah, Stewart on Business. Yeah, and it just kind of brought a lot of more like attention to that. And it's funny, they got famous because they did, well, I'm not saying like this is the only reason they're famous. They're pretty talented. They did a metal cover of a Taylor Swift song.
What?
Yeah.
That's what really did it.
Space.
Yeah, and I don't know if you should look it up if you have.
That's fire.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire. That's the type of ingenuity that we need. Now, I don't know where I'm going with this. I think my ADHD just spiked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
In the shoe world, I remember there was a guy that had a lot of tattoos, and I used to watch his content to see what shoes I was going to get because he was called Wear Testers. Wear Testers, he would try on shoes, and you reminded me of him just in your dialect and I guess the way you were describing things. And he had this kind of like street urban approach. And again, I don't know where like the connection is, but it's like in kind of this. And I'm from New Orleans, and also the way your T-shirt is with the gore and kind of like the oozing of drawings and stuff. Is that kind of tied to metal, maybe in a way where it's like the fascination of art in that kind of gory way? And I don't know how like his shoe descriptions kind of tied into that, but maybe if you're picking up what I'm putting out, I don't know.
I was gonna ask you, like, so are you saying like the logo style of that like nasty kind of look to it?
Maybe, but yeah, like, and he had a lot of tattoos, but he was a chill guy. I don't know, maybe it's too far lost, but I'll see if I can think of it later. But yeah, let's see.
He's giving those vibes. You're saying
He is giving those vibes, but I was wondering if like
he's got aura.
ma-
Aura farming. Look at him. Aura,
Aura
farming
farm.
with his nails done too.
maybe like the shoe game is tied with metal in some way, or like people who I think maybe people who enjoy the like kind of really graphic shoes just kind of are wired to enjoy like the New Orleans culture and Mobile culture in like that kind of a different way maybe.
I mean,
I can't exactly wrap my head around it. But.
well, you know, Korn did a collab with Adidas like years ago,
Wow,
and so I don't know if you're familiar with Korn.
I've heard of that band name.
Yeah, they are very popular. Like
Yeah.
they are pioneering. They pioneered tons of genres, subgenres of music, like especially in the new metal
Right.
region. And that was one of the things they did was collaborating with Adidas, and I think they're also doing another collaboration with Adidas
Right.
here soon, or already did recently, if I'm not mistaken. But they did a really cool thing, specifically with shoes.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I think maybe like shoe heads gravitate towards metal.
yeah.
Sneaker heads, yeah.
It'd be nice to see more of them too.
Yeah.
I would also add that like Playboy Cardi scents Whole Lot of Red. He has a record label, Opium, with Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson, and they tend to like kind of grab on to like black metal aesthetics.
Gotcha.
When it comes to like the logos and everything, they'll wear
Right.
like Dark Throne band shirts, Mayhem
Yeah.
shirts, whatever. And I feel like that connection too is like they'll like wear Balenciaga with a black metal shirt.
Gotcha.
And then they're kind of blending both of those worlds together. I feel like that
Gotcha.
could add to what you're kind of
Sure.
picking up from.
Okay,
maybe.
cool. Yeah, I definitely whenever I see like people wearing I wear the most basic stuff, you know. Whenever I see somebody wear, I can't comprehend it, you know. And it's I think maybe the ability to comprehend metal music also leans into comprehending style better. I think that's what I'm getting at.
That's interesting.
Right.
That is interesting, yeah.
And looking at what you're wearing and kind of emboldening yourself through the tattoos and et cetera is a different understanding of style.
Yeah.
This unorthodox kind of goes back to the anti-establishment like theme as well.
Hey, we
Oh,
tapping into something.
100%.
you know it's a good point whenever he throws up there.
Yes, dude. But like this is the kind of like persona I like to put on when it comes to being on stage or anything associated with these guys with caving in.
Yeah.
Like I'll
Sorry,
try to.
just-
Oh, am I not far enough? My bad. But yeah, I try to like my what I wear on stage is like I try to go crazy with it.
Yeah.
So like that's something that I would like to see more bands doing.
Right.
Because like the basic look is cool. You know, it's like. If it's your thing, it's your thing. I would just love to see more flamboyancy.
You have to be, I think.
Yeah.
You are the
Stands you
act.
out.
You're the act, you know.
Yeah.
Not to compare anybody to a jester, but
I feel it though. I feel you.
but no, not but in any. This is just something I was thinking about recently. Was like arts, like be it rap, be it rock and roll, be it a magician. it takes back to the monarchy days when, or patriarchy days, when the king would have a jester come perform. Nowadays we go to a concert to watch somebody put on a show for us. It's like you have to step outside of your zone and be not a jester, but be an act.
Yes.
Yeah, like you're saying, you can't show up and look like the people that are watching you.
Yeah, yes. Or looking like the rest of the bands, because how do you stand out?
Exactly. If they wanted to see themselves, they'd look at the mirror.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
But sometimes when everybody is dressing up, you kind of do stand out if you're in some overalls or you're looking like you just got home from work, carpenting and stuff. Kind of
J.
like
Cole.
how
Yeah.
I dress too, kind of.
Yeah.
Like I look like I came out the gym still, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And when he showed up, he was like, I'm worried I'm blending into the brick walls.
I can't even see you, brother.
You see the camera over there? You could see it blending.
I can't. No, honestly, I can't even see you, dude.
I
You
know.
see you? I don't see
John
you.
Cena. For real.
This man.
The Into the Night song, I definitely want to get into that. The and I forget how the melody goes. This will come off as a sus joke, but the coming, when that part comes in, the background melody, that is it. It was it's a really good touch, and it's phenomenal. And like you said, it taps into that R&B side, a different genre. But also mixing it with the metal. Austin's still laughing about it. But it mixes in with that really well. And I really enjoyed hearing it. And then it went back, and I was like, wow, is this even a metal song? And then the verse hit. I was all right, yeah, this is a metal song. But I love that song. When your vocals are kind of blending in with the beat, and then that part hits, and it's just got a different wave to it. Talk to me about making that song and expanding into that type of sound.
Ooh, I got this. Hold on. So Austin presented a nice, pretty riff for the in the chorus. Like,
Right.
It was at the time it was pretty simple, but like we mentioned earlier, like that's one of my favorite things is like if I see a way that I can take this riff, make it extra sexy, and like appeal to people, especially who have ADHD brains.
Yeah.
Like if it's constantly moving, that's got people like locked in,
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I did with
Yeah.
the riff that he wrote. He put the bare bones to it, and then I added some.
It was moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Added some flavor to it.
Yeah.
And then like, even though I play bass, like I do a lot of weird stuff underneath in that particular in
Gotcha.
the chorus that most people won't recognize straight out the gate. But if you got heavy, like any bass heavy type speakers or anything, you'll hear what I'm doing there. I'm doing a lot of movement underneath whatever he's playing.
Yeah.
That's already got a lot of movement. So
Cool.
any ADHD brain is just going to be locked in completely. And then Tyler's vocals on top got that like smooth, nice like contrast of
Yeah.
slow vocal melodies going on. So
Yes.
it's a nice build on top of one another.
Heavy on the auto tune too.
Yes.
Yeah, and the reverb.
He loves using that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to add to try to finish what I'm saying, so I don't hold us up anymore. But
You good, brother?
like I said, he wrote the riff. I made it sexier. I added more shit to it, and then he slapped his beautiful vocals on top. And then Jameson threw his drums up in there, and then he pretty much mixed all the songs. And so he made it have the extra flavor to it, all the sauce it needs, everything it needs to be finalized
Gotcha.
before we send it off for mastering.
Yeah.
And so
You guys send off all your songs to mastering?
mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
that's we tried to. It was him that brought up the idea of us just doing it ourselves
Yeah.
and just doing everything ourselves, and then sending it off for mastering so that we can have an extra, brand new set of ears
Yeah.
to hear what all we wrote, and then they can have no biases or anything.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Also to make sure he doesn't turn it into a hip hop song.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
That's fine. Is it tough to mix with like yelling vocals? Like, I mean, you just put a compressor on it, but is it tougher?
It really depends on how the song is mixed already, because you
Gotcha.
have to start with the drums. You want it to be at a certain level. You want them banging, and the speakers
Right.
first off, and then I start with the bass for secondly, which I like that to be thumping too.
Yeah.
Then the guitars is where that frequency range is what would clash with the vocals for the most part, because you can have a wall of guitars and then in that same frequency is where you're singing
Yeah.
is gonna be. So you don't want it extremely loud. You kind of want it kind of tuck it down some,
Yeah.
and then you kind of fit that vocal like where I say I fit it like in the drum cymbals and the drum snare.
Yeah.
Kind of like that's how I visualize it, where I bring the volumes to, and I do that for both singing and screaming parts.
Gotcha.
That's kind of like my thought process with it. Is like I'm kind of envisioning where the cymbal and the snare is on a volume
Yeah.
kind of level, and then I'm like, okay, vocals need to go right in between. So
You got a genius on your team. Yeah. He's seeing it in 3D. When it comes to performing, I think you may have mentioned this earlier. It's you do a lot when you perform. I forget if you mentioned, but it's like it's almost like an exercise for in the metal category. It's like that's an exercise, you know. Like you're going to you don't have to go to the gym that day because you've got a performance that night.
yeah,
You know?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Is it possible to get CTE from performing as a metal band?
I'll let them answer that.
I don't know if it is, but with how hard I go,
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. I mean, are you ever worried that like one more move with the head, your brain's just going to pop out or something?
It's never crossed my mind, but there have been a few times where one time I almost fell off stage.
Wow.
From trying to go so hard. The one time, whenever we were in our last band, I did vocals. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I kneed myself in the
Oh,
face.
shit.
Had a black eye before we played a show.
That's that MMA shit.
yeah.
It's just me on me.
Yeah.
Me fighting me, dude.
Jeez, man. No need to shadow box.
No, not even necessary. And then he goes hard too, but we haven't seen him in action with this new stuff yet.
Uh-oh.
Which I have all the faith in the world. I just hope that me and him just don't clash into one another
Right.
and then create that CTE that you're
Right.
talking about.
I've hit my guitar on his head, I think. Before.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's
yeah.
crazy.
At least
Yeah.
once.
At least once, man. Because we both go hard, and if there's not
Spinning
enough room
and
on
all that.
stage, yeah.
And why is that like such a prominent part of the metal performance, do you think?
Oh man, you got to stand out from everybody else.
Energy, too.
Energy, dude.
Yeah.
If the crowd ain't moving, I'm moving. I will move the crowd if need
Right,
be. You
right.
know, I do not care.
Does it make it tougher? I mean, it's got to make it tougher to play the instrument when you're spinning around and jumping and etc.
If you practice it enough, you pretty much got it down. And like even if you miss a note here and there, I think it's okay if you mess up a little bit, as long as it's
Yeah.
not like to the point where you're missing an entire part.
Right.
Like if you miss a note or two or even three, like it is what it is. If you're going hard, people aren't even gonna recognize it.
Yeah.
They're just gonna assume that it was part of the song, or they're like, well, clearly he's going hard.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta sacrifice a little bit here. and
What,
As long
what
as it's not like Guitar Hero where it's like clink, clank, clank, clank.
there.
Yeah.
Dude, yes.
You're good.
Yeah.
what do people call the because like in country music you've got the what do they call that where people lock arms and spin around and
Square dancing?
square dancing, then you got like the do-si-do and in all genres you've got your dance moves, but in metal it's like you've got the two guys just standing next to each other just banging their heads. Well, what do they call that? Is there a name for it?
Other than headbanging.
Headbanging?
That's probably about it for that.
Yeah.
But you also got your moshing as well. You got
Mosh.
your push moshing. You got your walls of death, which those are fun to be a part of.
See,
Those are fun
it's
to watch.
from the outside looking in. It's like it's a crazy stereotype. It's like it's like who thinks of moshing and walls of death as a fun night out. A risk free. I just got done with my 9 to 5, and I'm tired. I want to go enjoy
Let
some
me
music.
unwind real quick.
Unwind through the Oklahoma drill.
Yes, dude.
Um,
Also, you played football then too.
I didn't, but
Oh.
it's regardless. It's like it's interesting. Where does the appeal for that come from? Do you think?
Oh, man, I guess that's another way of just getting out that frustration, man.
Gotcha.
Like you hear the music, it gets you hype, and then it's like, what am I gonna do? Just stand here?
Right.
That's boring,
Yeah.
you know. So people just want to start moshing, going crazy. But then you got the negative side of it, like crowd killers.
Right.
I am no fan of crowd killers
Yeah.
personally, because those people can kind of ruin the show for some people.
And what is a crowd killer?
A crowd killer is somebody who, like, you got the pit. There's a dedicated space for the pit. That's where
Right.
people go hard on one another. If they want to bop one another, that's fine.
Right.
You keep it in the pit. But
Gotcha.
it's the facts. It's the people that go outside that pit and start hitting on the people
Oh,
around
that
the
that
pit.
don't want any part of it.
No, they don't want no part. Exactly.
Gotcha.
And then those people, I feel, kind of ruin it a
Yeah.
little bit for people.
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
know, especially if you hit a girl who's watching the show, trying to enjoy it,
Yeah.
and then you just bop the shit out of her, and then
Right.
she's like, "Well, now the rest of my night's ruined because my nose is bloody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta go to the ER.
Yeah.
My nose is broken."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, side note, you.
I feel like that also kind of ties back into what we were talking about earlier about like people having misconceptions that metal people are all mean. Because like I've seen plenty of shows where like crowd killers will accidentally like say smash on like a girl or like a kid, and like and people just stop and like, no, that was not cool. You need to either sit out or like get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of things. Like I saw, remember this one time at the Handlebar. I don't know if you were there for that, Dalton. This one dude like put a cigarette on a girl, and they grabbed him and they just threw him out on the street outside and
I
say.
did not know that.
And Dee Dee said, "Hey, give me your ID because you're banned here forever."
Yo, I
Yeah.
didn't even know nothing about that. That's crazy.
Heck yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's Do you think that it's like a deeper level of understanding that you have because you do like metal music, like because you've been on the inside of it, you can kind of tell that people are just there, like people are acting ruckus to have a good time, not because they're have bad intentions. And like from the outside, you see that you're like, oh, they have bad intentions, but because you've kind of understood it, it's like you can kind of see through that,
I feel like, at least in my experience, because I'm kind of like a weird mix between an introvert and extrovert. Like whenever I go out to like an event or a show like that, sometimes I'll just be standing there, my social battery would be dead.
Oh, yeah.
Then I see the pit open, I'm like, okay, now is my time to shine, and I'll end up like I'll accidentally like hit a dude in the face while I'm two-stepping or whenever I'm
That's crazy.
push pitting. Then I'll end up like making friends with the dude because like I describe it as like an aggressive game of tag almost because like you're not intentionally trying to hurt people. That's the biggest misconception. You just get like I'll see
Except
dudes.
for the wall of death.
Yeah, I'll see dudes like accidentally like wail each other in the face, give each other black eyes, and then they'll like end up becoming like best friends. And it's the craziest thing.
the magic of metal.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I think a lot of the motivation doesn't come from just seeing people like going crazy necessarily, but if the music is hitting and it's sounding good, they have like a good sound system, the bass is hitting,
Oh, yeah.
everything's clear, and then the people on stage are going crazy, and then you see the crowd. It's kind of like
It's a good
when you're-
painkiller.
When you're when you're there, then you're
Yes.
like, yeah, I'm gonna join
Yeah.
in on this type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah. And to add on, I'm usually not somebody who jumps into the pit because I'm getting older. I'm getting older, brother. I'm getting older. I need to go see doctors.
Yeah.
I can't. He don't know
What,
yet.
what?
He's only like 26.
What?
He don't know yet. My bones hurt at the end of the night, so I'm good on jumping into the pit. But man, sometimes you get the calling and you're like, ooh.
It's time to go fuck up some joints.
Yeah, dude. It's like, oh man, I kind of want to get in there and throw some bows real quick. But like to add on to what he was saying is like so another thing that's positive about the push moshing or push pitting and people just going crazy, hardcore dancing, whatever the case may be. Like you knock somebody down, everybody stop, pick this man back up,
Gotcha.
get him back into the pit. So it's like
Yeah.
it does. It's kind of like it's like you mentioned with the Oklahoma drill. It's
Right.
like football in that
Right.
regard, where it's like you're hitting one another, but like at the end of practice,
Right.
you're all buds.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
For the most part, anyway.
It's almost like because people reach a different degree of sensitivity, they're more sensitive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great way to describe it.
Yeah, dude. Do you guys like pace yourselves when you're performing? Because there's just so much crazy shit going on.
I don't.
Yeah.
Until I get like past the first song, maybe even halfway through the second song, I'm like, oh my God, I might have went too hard. I need to back off for a
Right.
second so I'll have some energy
Yeah.
for the rest of the set.
Yeah.
Or I'll recognize it after like that second song, and it's like in that middle stage where the vocalist is talking and whatnot, and then
yeah.
you're just kind of breathing.
It's like, take a couple more minutes, Tyler.
Yeah. It's like, can you please keep yapping for a second? I got breathe. Holy shit.
Yeah. Tyler, does your voice ever get like tired from having to do all these other exertions on the stage?
So, I haven't performed yet as a lead vocalist, but I did backup vocals on guitar in our old band.
Okay.
But I will say,
And drums and vocals, which is very hard.
Drums and vocals, that's crazy.
Drums and vocals, he did that, which is
How are you singing as you're drumming? That's crazy.
that's a lot of practice too, like we were talking about earlier.
Right.
But yeah, really hours and hours on drums by itself, and then hours and hours on specific songs that you're playing, so you can kind of
Right.
get the feeling, like motor functions down or muscle memory down for
Yeah.
both of them.
Drums and diaphragms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
But yeah, like, do you ever just get like worn out? I mean, I guess you haven't done it yet.
Just practicing. But I will say that we made I don't know, I think I brought it up to you at first when we were making the EP that we've been working on. I made like a decision to not really go crazy on the singing, just in case live I'm not like trying to do super loud and like like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to squeak or anything, because I'm doing extreme screaming like in the other songs.
Right.
So I'm kind of pacing.
How do you blend like and like a high pitched like singing?
So we have to doctor up some of the parts with like the guitar chords that sound like pretty in some parts, like Into the Night chorus,
Yeah.
or like bring ambience into the song.
Right.
And then I try and find where I can kind of get a melody in there. Honestly, that's what I try first,
Yeah.
because I want to sing more than I scream, if that makes sense.
Shoot, dude. I mean, if you got the vocal range, have you thought of like mixing a like Chris Brown type of song and then just immediately going into metal?
Yeah,
That-
I was thinking about that,
that'll
like kind of
change
like
the
a
game.
trap beat type of thing
Yeah.
right before the song drops. Yeah. Hey, you got it down now.
yeah, you got it.
That metal ASMR.
Yeah. That's fine.
You're fired. We got this.
Damn, dude, like a metal rap would go crazy too. Man.
There's a lot of bands that do that. Like and I don't know if it'll be in your area. You should really check out this band from, I think they're from Oklahoma. Don't quote me though. They're called Peeling Flesh. Great name, am I right? And they will legit have like fast blast beats, fast tremolo guitar. Then they'll have just like a rap beat going over it, like
They
a,
sample Memphis rap samples
Damn.
in between parts and on top of parts.
Yeah.
Really
It goes
good.
hard.
Yeah.
Dude. It goes so hard.
And they'll have in their live videos, they'll have like a snare effect when they hit the snare. It'll be like, boom. You ever played 007 Golden Eye? Is it Golden Eye?
I don't think I ever played
It's on like Nintendo 64, like
Yeah.
super old, but it sounded like the little theme song on there. It's like the doom. It has like a bunch of echo.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like it's ringing through the speakers, just boom at the shows. You've seen them live, actually.
yeah, I've seen them twice.
They found the glitch.
Yeah.
They found a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah. Let's be like a sexy Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, there we go.
I was trying to come up with a joke that crossed with rap and
Sounds like I didn't have a plan.
yeah. When it comes to just, I guess, to wrap this up, because I think in the overall theme of this, it's been great to like express that there's a different side to metal than what people typically see, you know. And I think a lot of people kind of dismiss the notion that you guys could even have like a kind of uplifting side to you with just off the perception of the music being so rugged. Do you think that there's anything besides like doing podcasts and getting people to the shows that would kind of get people to shine like that brighter light to the metal without it kind of deterring away from the darkness that it needs to have to separate itself as a genre? Like, is there anything that could?
I think I actually have a little note on this one. I was actually thinking about this like 2 days ago. I feel like when people listen to metal, they only listen to it in that like they think metal is supposed to sound like bands like Metallica, those traditional metal type sounding bands. So I just don't think people who are not used to metal are listening to it properly.
And I think yes, that's a great answer, because I think that happened to me and a lot of others. Is like once you get that first like Metallica song, you're like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't like metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And like
It's like the subgenre needs to be the main genre.
right, exactly. And something I was thinking of is if you're a fan, if you're someone who likes rap music, and anything along those lines, like don't listen to metal like traditional metal. Listen to it kind of like a rap song, especially if it's like a new metal type song, because like new metal derives a lot of from a lot of rap styles. How do I word that?
Like,
How do I word this?
Slipknot's first album has a lot of like turntables and
Yes.
stuff.
Really?
Like even some sample parts too.
What?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
There's a lot of that's incorporated in new metal from like hip hop into
A lot of
metal
crossover.
stuff.
A lot of crossover.
Yeah.
And like that's
Even just the drum beats, like the grooves, sometimes will really like you can listen to it in that headspace that Dalton's talking about, like
Right.
you're listening to rap music. I feel
And
like that helps.
And then when people listen to metal, like for example, like Throne is a prime example of a band that's considered like new metalcore, if you will, and they got some catchy riffs. The cadence of the vocals, like the flow of the vocals, are crazy, and to me, it almost feels like a rap song.
Gotcha.
Just if you just get past the whole point of like, why are they doing that rah shit?
Right.
Just get past that. Look at it as someone who's like aggressively rapping. Just
Yeah.
look at it, listen to it like that, and then you might find yourself being like, wow, actually, I really like this.
Right.
This
Day
is right up my
25 of listening to metal.
yeah, dude, yeah. And I think that'd get more people into it.
That's a great answer. Thank you for that. Yeah, is there anything else that you guys want to bring to the table?
Well, I was just gonna add on to that
Please.
too, real quick. Just like I mentioned earlier, like people like Playboy Cardi or Ken Carson,
Yeah.
Story Lonely, like rap artists that kind of have more of
Emo.
monthly listeners, or they
Yeah.
have that aesthetic that kind of ties into it. I
Right.
feel like that helps it out too.
Yeah.
Just cosigns outside of the genre,
Good point.
because like Cardi, I don't know how many monthly listeners he has, but it's guaranteed like it's more than most metal bands. Like
Yeah.
in reality,
Yeah.
it's looking at like numbers.
Yeah, probably
globally.
like 40 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think cosigns kind of like that, even like in a cultural sense of wearing the clothes and stuff,
Right.
kind of helps open more people up to it.
Yeah.
Slowly, at least.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
maybe tours together, though.
Where do you guys practice? Is it in a garage somewhere? Or?
We actually it was at a garage, but then we set it up at my house,
Gotcha.
like in a little shed.
Do the
area.
are the neighbors ever like,
They're
so
used to it
much
from
noise?
before.
You know?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
used to it from before.
Yeah.
Right.
And also like it's pretty well insulated. I guess maybe your parents like did some really good insulation in the shed.
Yeah.
Because like you can barely hear anything outside of it, man. It's,
Oh, really?
It's kind of awesome.
Gosh,
Yeah,
dude.
and we get loud up in there.
Right.
We used to be at a more garage. It was a storage unit, and just
Yeah.
I don't know. And we kind of got tired of the drive for them, paying the rent, and
Yeah.
that.
Cheap.
Yeah, no, and
He's the one who paid most of it.
jeez, just expose yourselves. But no, and that anytime like say like, oh, finally we can finally get like a full band practice, because sometimes we'll practice like one of us not being there, then there would always be someone there, like
Yeah.
and like nothing against them, it's
Some
that's-
grandma like trying to grab like
Yes.
a typewriter from the 90s.
And the thing is, like, they never like get onto us. They're like, "Oh, that sounds cool," but like they would just, "Okay, we're not gonna play just out of respect to you, but can you hurry up, please?" And they would just take so long. And
Right.
by the time they're done, it'd be like 2 hours later, and we just kind of lost that drive.
You end up
I'm
like,
tired of this.
you end up moving
Yeah.
their stuff for them just to get them out of there. Yeah,
I'm just like, "Go away, please."
that's funny. The storage unit setup. Well, I really appreciate you guys for coming on and caving in, guys. If you want to break into the metal scene, check them out. Into the Night, great song. Definitely going to keep listening. And thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's in the future plans?
I guess just working towards getting this release out.
Yeah.
The rest of this EP out. We got a show coming up July 20th.
Are you guys doing a waterfall release?
I don't think so. I guess it depends on what you would view as the waterfall release.
Where it's like because I just thought with the Into the Night being released, where it's like you release a single and then you release the single and a new single.
With the first single.
Right. And it just slowly builds into the EP.
Right. No, we have not done that, but that is something I actually totally forgot that was an option, to be honest.
It's a good way to get on playlists.
I loved. I saw Spirit Box did that.
Right.
With one of their EPs, and it was really cool how they did that. So
For some reason, I think it's actually connected to the metal scene. In my first time ever seeing it, it was like a metal band had done it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe we'll actually do that.
But yeah, we're going to be playing July 20th at the Handlebar in Pensacola, Florida. It's going to be us and our friends Widow Anchor from Mobile, Ghostlinks from Mobile. Shout out Kyle, I love you.
Shout out Kyle.
Shout out Kyle.
Yeah. Oh, shout out and Shady Nasties too, the local
Oh, yeah,
bookers from
yeah,
Mobile. Like they put on any heavy metal shows.
I've seen, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where will you guys be in August? Because I'll probably drop this around in August.
Oh, we'll hopefully have another show or two under our belt by then. Then I think we're
Hopefully, anyway.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, Shady Nasties again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the EP will have dropped. Will drop. The EP drops August 8th.
Okay, cool.
That's I think
This will probably be out like a week after. So when
Oh,
you're watching
perfect.
this, the EP has been out for a week.
Go stream with it right now, please, so I can quit my job.
Yes, that's what we need.
Good stuff.
And listen to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast.
Golf Coast Music Podcast. Shout out Quincy.
Yes. Hopefully, if they're watching this, they have listened to the golf. But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.
No, thank you, dude.
I just also want to say and our friends Dead Etiquette from Mobile are going to be here at that show too. And
That's
then,
a cool name, man.
Oh yes, really good. Love those guys. They go heavy.
Yeah.
Then
Better not go
Dalton's
light. Yeah.
and then Dalton's second band, Rise Up Lights, will be on that show too.
Yes.
Plot twist: Dalton is in two bands because he's a traitor.
So are you gonna play back-to-back performances?
Not directly back to back, but Caving In's gonna be playing third, and then Rise Up Lights plays last. So I'll have like one band in between where I can kind of breathe for a second,
Right.
and kind of relax a little bit. And like with Caving In, I intend on if everything works out and I don't get too gassed by it, but I have a mask that I'm gonna wear for Caving In,
Yeah.
to help me differentiate from Caving In to Rise Up Lights. So we'll see how that goes. Actually.
Sorry, one more question.
Yeah.
How do you find out that other people also like heavy metal? It's not taboo, but it's like in high school, like I didn't know anybody that was like big on heavy metal. Like, how did you meet the right people?
Mostly you just see people wearing band shirts. That's always like the first
Gotcha.
go-to.
Gotcha.
'Cause, like, especially depending on how they dress as well, you can kind of get a feel for them. Because like most people who are into metal have more of like an alternative style to
Yeah.
them.
Exactly. Shoegaze.
Which he's dressed completely different from how he dressed in high school.
Okay, got you.
Because he used to wear like tight band shirts. I did the same thing. Long hair all up in your face.
Gotcha.
Tight band t-shirts, skinny jeans, the whole nine
Breaking the
yards.
law.
Breaking the law,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, plus I grew up with this dude since like 7 or 8, something like that. So
Damn.
I've known him for my whole life, basically.
Yeah.
And then once we got hooked up in
Got
high
that
school.
Metal bond.
Yeah, you could bring the metal into it, and then
Yeah.
there you go, you got it.
Yes, sir.
Meet people at shows too.
That
Yeah.
too, that's a big thing. Too.
Yeah. You accidentally punch your bandmate. Lost it.
Maybe they deserve it.
Yeah.
It's also that, or you'd see people at music stores back when that was a thing. Rest in peace, CDs. Or people like I've seen a lot of people that I didn't think were metalheads, like people I know at like Guitar Center, and then we just start talking over that, and next thing you know, we're going to shows together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing you guys on this Saturday at our listening room event for the first time, and then good luck at the Handlebar and Shady Nasties.
Thanks, dude.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Tap in with Cave and In. Project out now.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.